Welcome to Algebra 2, CST release question, number 21. Let's go. Let's do this. We've got x plus 3 over divided by x plus 5. That plus 6 times the quantity x squared, or divided by the quantity x squared plus 3x minus 10. When you're doing problems like this, please consider these things to be kind of in invisible parentheses. So we need to think of it's this whole thing divided by this whole thing. It's not this whole thing divided by x and divided by 5 separately. You have to think of it like that. So we need to have a common denominator to combine fractions together when we're adding or subtracting them. Right now we definitely don't have a common denominator. But let's rewrite what I do see here, but then try to factor out this second part. Let's see if I can do that. So does that break down into something like this? I'm going to keep my invisible parentheses. I'm going to keep writing those in from this point forward. So I've got x squared negative 10. Some of you may find something like this helpful. I tend to call it the magic x. Some people may call it something else. But you're looking for a product of this value, which is just the value right here, the constant term. And you're looking for a sum of 3, which is just the coefficient in front of the x term. So this just helps some people visualize what to do or what the factors are that work. What two numbers will multiply to negative 10 and add together to get positive 3. So I would say 5 and negative 2 would do that for you. And if you add these together, you get positive 3. Multiply them together, you get negative 10. So what should go in here is x plus 5 times x minus 2. And so that makes this problem a lot easier to see what to do next. It makes it a lot easier to see what to do next with this problem. So I have almost got a common denominator. I've got the x plus 5 part here and here. I just need to multiply this part by x minus 2. However, if I do that on the bottom, I've got to do the same thing on the top. I've got to multiply that because it's like multiplying by 1. I've got something divided by itself. That's like multiplying by 1, which is not going to affect the fraction. It's just going to change the way it looks. It'll still be equal to the same thing. So I have x plus 3 times x minus 2. And I'm going to put this all over this now. Since I have a common denominator now, I can put the tops together, and then the bottoms stay the same. So I've got x plus 5 times x minus 2 on the bottom. I've got this plus 6 on the top. Guess I didn't need my fraction bar to go quite that far, but that's okay. So from here, now I'm going to FOIL this out. So foiling it out gives me x squared. Outside will be minus 2x. Inside will be 3x. And last will be negative 6. I have that plus 6. We'll look at that. Those two things will cancel. And then on the bottom, FOIL that out as well, because that's what my final answers look like. It's all multiplied out. So I have x squared minus 2x plus 5x minus 10. And I can combine like terms. Looks like right here and here I can combine these two things together. And right here and here I can combine those two things together. And it looks like my final answer then will be x squared plus x on the top over x squared plus 3x minus 10 on the bottom. And that, let's see what I got here. That looks like choice A is the correct answer for number 21.